Hello friends, today we will discuss ASP CSP examination questions. In this examination question analysis, we will be discussing about the past questions, and also we will be discussing about the answers and its analysis and how you have to prepare for ASP CSP examination. So understanding these questions, their answers, and doing the revision, thorough revision of all these questions and answers would help you to prepare more in a focused manner, because almost all the questions that ASP CSP examinations in which it is asked is almost all it is repeated. So understanding the basic concepts, you can easily answer all the examination questions. Moreover, that as a safety professional, you should be having thorough knowledge. So for that thorough knowledge and all, this video would be helpful. So please subscribe to this channel. This channel would offer you a lot of information regarding your HSC field. There are so many videos related to so many topics. And also, if you are interested to pursue any of the courses like NVQ Level 6 Diploma or OTHM, or even in fact, if you are pursuing ISO lead auditor courses, or if you want any help and support in NIBOSH, so all this, we are here to help you. And you can subscribe to our channel, and also in our channel description, our WhatsApp number is given in which you can contact with us. So this question is from 2019 safety concepts. So in the question is, to which concept does the term double block and bleed refer? So the terminology is double block and bleed. And the question asked is, to which concept does the term double block and bleed refer? So first, if you are just hearing this terminology, double block and bleed, you would be definitely confused. So what you should do is that the strategy is you should check the options. So the first option is a very serious accident involving an eye injury. So definitely it is not. So eye injury, safety concepts of double block and bleed, it is not. A lockout concept involving bulk storage tank safety, yeah, it might be. Let us see the next options also. Bleeding air pressure from pneumatic lift, yeah, that is also much related to the concept. And the fourth one is a special scientific experiment involving vision safety. No, this is also not. This is also not. A lockout concept involving bulk storage tank facility, this is the most appropriate answer. Okay, so what do you mean by double block and bleed? See, this is the tank. Inside this tank, there are multiple pipes that is going on. So if you want to isolate this tank, if any kind of confined space activity is there in this tank, okay, if you want to carry this confined space activity inside this tank, what you have to do, you have to positively isolate this tank. Positively isolate. So to positively isolate this tank, what do you do? You have to double block and bleed. You have to apply double block and bleed concept. Double block and bleed concept means both the areas would be blocked, as well as whatever there is inside, you would be bleeding it out. That means you'll be flushing it out. Once you will be flushing it out, once whatever it is stored inside, you will be flushing it out, and then you will be blocking the two inlets, blocking the all inlets. You will be blocking all the inlets. So that is known as positive isolation. So then only what you will be doing, this tank is fit for confined space activity. So this is the most appropriate answer. The answer is B. The correct answer is lockout concept involving bulk storage tank facility. So in this, the explanation is also given. So what is the explanation? Double block and bleed is a safety procedure used in industrial application. So double block means what? Two valves are there, are closed to isolate a section of piping or equipment. So whatever be the equipment, you are isolating it from both the sides. So when you are isolating it, all the valves, so inlet and outlet are also closed. So before isolating, what you will be doing? You will be venting out any residual pressure or hazardous material. So whatever it is there inside the tank, you will be venting it out. Venting it out means you will be draining it out, even if there is any pressure, or even if there is any kind of material stored, or any kind of gases, or any kind of oil, anything is stored, you will be first flushing it out, and then positive isolation is done. Okay, this is to ensure safe maintenance and prevent accidental release of dangerous substances commonly used in industrial handling, flammable, toxic, or high pressure substance. So anywhere, whenever you are doing confined space activity, first thing what you will be doing is that double block and bleed. So please understand, double block and bleed is referred to positive isolation, which is there for your storage tank facility and all. Okay, thank you. So let us move into the next question. So the next question is and from the environmental management. So from the environmental management, this question was asked on 2018, and the question is, select the first step in preparing the shipping paper for transporting an hazardous material. So if you are transporting any kind of hazardous material in ship or if any kind of transportation material you are using, like trucks or anything else. So whenever you're transporting the material, it should be properly, there are proper steps that has to be followed. So they are asking, what is the first step? What is the first step in preparing the shipping paper for transporting an hazardous material? So there are a lot of documentation work that is involved whenever you are shipping some kind of hazardous material. So the question is, whenever you are transporting hazardous material, what is the first step in preparing the shipping paper? Okay, so you are preparing a shipping paper. So what is the first step? So let us see, obviously, normal safety professionals won't be informed with such kind of informations and all, but still with the options you have to guess, because whenever you are doing any kind of ASP CSP examinations and all, you may not be aware of all the things. So there should be some kind of acumen inside you to guess which is the best answer. Okay, that way also you have to work on. So the first option is determining the proper shipping name, determine the play carding requirement. Third option is determine if there are any special shipping requirement for the material, label the materials container. Okay. So normally what people would be doing is that determine if there are special shipping requirements for the material, they would be checking this, or label the material container. Okay. See, before labeling the material container, before you are doing the labeling the material container, you should understand what should be the proper name. See, before giving the label, you should understand what is the name. If you know the name, then only you can label it. So this option is not right. Okay. First thing that you know should know what is the name of that hazardous material. So hazardous material you might be knowing, but what is its actual terminology? As per the shipping criteria, what is its actual terminology, that you should know. So this is not the correct answer. C answer, the third option, determine if there are any special shipping requirements for the material. This is also not the right answer, because this is the procedure that they are saying. Then second option is determining the play carding requirements. So if you are putting the play card, that requirement is there, that is obviously there, but that may not be the first thing, because that would be the subsequent things and all. So as per our probability, this should be the right answer. Determining the proper shipping name, because everything starts with the name. Okay, the correct answer is determine the proper shipping name, PSN. So this is a new information for our safety professionals. Whenever you are transporting, whenever you are shipping any hazardous material, the first step should be, you should know what is this one proper shipping name. You should know what is the proper shipping name. The first step in preparing the shipping papers for hazardous material is identifying the proper shipping name. So what is this proper shipping name? Proper shipping name ensures that the material is correctly classified and described according to the regulatory standards. So if you know what is the proper shipping name, you can classify the material, you can classify, and also you can describe according to the regulatory standards. See, as per the standards, the name would be different. You would be calling it petrol, but as per the standard, it is not petrol. You would be calling diesel, but as per our shipping name, it is not diesel. So the name is different, the terminology is different. So you should understand what is the proper shipping name. Once you understand the proper shipping name, you have to correctly classify and describe according to the regulatory standards. Okay. Accurate PSN helps determine the other requirements. Then once you understand what is the PSN, then only labeling will start, then only play carding will start, and then only special handling instructions. So once you know the name, the second step is labeling. So you will be doing the labeling as per the name. So once the labeling is done, then play carding, you will be placing a play carding, and then handling of that material, how you have to do the handling of that material. So this is the proper storage, proper protocol of how you have to ship the material. Okay. Now let us move into the third question. So this is a bit old question, which is from 2008 industrial hygiene topic, but still the topic is important. Still the questions are coming from this topic. And see, I am actually collecting all the questions from the old questions also, and from the very recent questions also I am collecting, because we don't know from which topics we'll be getting informations. All the topics are important and all the concepts are important. So whichever would be the concepts and whichever will be the topics that is discussed, I am discussing, because everything is a new information. Everything we are discussing, you'll be getting more and more information. So which organization administers designation of certified industrial hygienist? So which organization gives the designation of CIH. As you know, this BCSP gives which designation? BCSP gives CSP and ASP designations. Nowadays, people are crazy about TSP designation. See, if you are getting TSP designation, there is no use. There are nowadays so many courses which has been recently came in market right from 2023. I'm not naming any courses because that will create a lot of legal issues and all. So very recently they have launched, some of the people have launched certain courses which is actually not so well approved by the companies, but people are doing to get this TSP. So there is no use of doing TSP. If you are getting CSP and ASP, that is well valid. But people are doing TSP in the notion of getting CSP and ASP. But these people, they don't understand that if you get this TSP, there is no value. You should get definitely CSP or ASP. So for getting CSP and ASP, it is not so easy. TSP and all, if you give money, you will be getting. But CSP, ASP, it is not that easy process. So which organization gives the designation of CIH, that is Certified Industrial Hygiene? So they have given four organizations. BCSP is Board of Certified Safety Professional, which gives the designation of CSP and ASP. ASSE, that is American Society of Safety Engineers. American Society of Safety Engineers. There are also American Society of Mechanical Engineers, ASME, and there are two other bodies, ABIH and AIHA. Okay, so what are these bodies? BACSP, you all know that Board of Certified Safety Professional, that gives certifications of memberships of ASP and CSP. ABIH is actually administered the Certified Industrial Hygiene designation. So CIH, Certified Industrial Hygiene designation, is given by ABIH, which is American Board of Industrial Hygiene. Okay. ASSE, it is actually American Society of Safety Engineers. They doesn't give any kind of memberships and all. And AIHA is actually, it is also related with hygiene, American Industrial Hygiene Association. That also does not give any kind of membership, but it is more into developing courses and all those things. Okay. So this is all about industrial hygiene. And industrial hygiene, you should remember these two organizations' name, that is ABIH and AIHA. ABIH is American Board of Industrial Hygiene and AIHA is American Industrial Hygiene Association. Okay. So this is the organization, American Board of Industrial Hygiene is the organization which gives the memberships. Okay. Now, this is an interesting question which was asked in 2020. So very recent. 2020, and this is from fire prevention syllabus. So equipment and wiring that cannot release sufficient electric or thermal energy conditions to cause ignition of a specific hazardous atmospheric mixture in its more easily ignited concentration would be considered. So there are four options. So reading this long question itself would be confusing. So this is very simple and very much to the point. This is actually definition. If you know the definition of intrinsically safe equipment, you can easily answer this question. Okay, so equipment and wiring that cannot release, this is the most important point, that cannot release sufficient electrical or thermal energy conditions to cause ignition of a specific hazardous atmospheric mixture in its most easily ignited concentrations would be considered which one? Intrinsically safe. So if you know what is explosion proof, I have discussed class 1 NFPA and class 2 NFPA. This also I have discussed. So because you need to understand, you need to, even if you know what is intrinsically safe, it is fine. But even then, you should have the definition of all the other three, which is explosion proof, what is NFPA 1, what is NFPA 2, so that you can answer any of the question. That is the only intention. See, even if you are not attending for ASP, CSP examination, as a safety professional, you should have information about what is NFPA 1, what is NFPA 2, what is explosion proof, what is intrinsically safe. See, intrinsically safe means what? Equipment and wiring designated to operate without releasing electrical or thermal energy sufficient to ignite hazardous atmosphere. So these are equipment and wiring designated to operate without releasing electrical or thermal energy. So whenever you are using intrinsically safe equipment, they operate. Whenever you are using intrinsically safe equipment, what is the peculiarity of using this intrinsically safe equipment? They operate without releasing electrical or thermal energy. So whenever you are using any kind of motors which are intrinsically safe or any kind of equipment, they cannot release electrical. They will not release any kind of sparks whenever they are operating. So there won't be any kind of explosions in the highly concentrated area or highly hazardous area. People would recommend to use intrinsically safe equipment, because even when there are flammable substances, flammable materials, flammable gases and all, these equipments would be operating in such a manner that it is intrinsically safe. It would be very much safe, and there won't be any kind of release of any kind of energy, any kind of sparks, etc., from the devices. So you can use these devices without any kind of problem. Then second one is explosion proof. Then what do you mean by this explosion proof? Equipment designated to contain explosions and prevent the release of flammable gases. So this is the most important thing you must understand. What is the difference between intrinsically safe and explosion proof? See, intrinsically safe means this is designated to operate without releasing electrical or thermal energy. They won't be releasing any kind of energy. Okay, any kind of energy from inside, and their energy inside sufficient to ignite hazardous atmosphere. So it is very safe to use intrinsically safe equipment. It is very safe. So explosion proof means what? Explosion proof means equipment designed to contain explosions or prevent the release of flammable gases or vapors that could ignite. So even if there is any kind of explosion that is happening inside the equipment, they won't come outside. Understood? Explosion proof means that is the meaning of explosion proof. Even if there is any kind of explosions that is happening inside, they won't be coming outside. Then what is NFPA 1? NFPA class 1, it is you are using refers to hazardous locations with flammable gases or vapors. With flammable gases or vapors is NFPA class 1. Class 2 means what? With combustible dust. So whenever combustible dust is coming, it is NFPA class 2. Whenever flammable gas is coming, it is NFPA class 1. So gas means it is class 1, flammable gas. When combustible dust is coming, it is class 2. You always remember in that way. Okay. Now there are so many other questions. There are so many questions. I have made a lot of questions. It is a very big topic. So we'll be discussing one by one each as per whenever I'm getting time. We will be making videos. You please comment. Okay, you please comment your doubts and all those things. You are free to comment. And I hope this session is very useful, and this is very much for the benefit of our safety professionals. Thank you.